breathed into us to love and passionately care for each other and breathe onto life, because we're losing life. So we need to always breathe into life and procreate in order to replace that which is being lost. But we're trying to sort of check it and monitor it, that we don't breathe too much in relation to what we lose. If you get what I'm trying to say here, that amount of children being born should somehow match with those who are dying, so that we can maintain a level. If that can be done, fine. But if the ultimate God, who sees beyond us, who brought us into being, isn't watching to do that, what man can do that? But yeah, people are doing that in this situation where we are so much addicted and in different beliefs and different borders, so much differences and divisions in us. You think we can really do that? I mean, people are making the effort. It's not that bad. People are making the effort. So I hope that we're able to do that we can even watch our own selves, because having our own mind, having our own gumption, knowing left from right, doing that, that is great. Hoping and depending on someone out there who probably will disappoint you. You're doing yourself, because that is what life has progressed. That effort there in some of us has made life, I believe, progress to this level. Without that, maybe we would have still been living in that primitive age. Or maybe we would have advanced a little, but not too much. But the idea of those who look outside of all these things and let their own commands and move, they are bringing progress to life. Because every suggestion of the division of so many gods and all those things and the culture and all difference in us really stands in the way. So if you really want to have some beginning of peace, or get some understanding to peace, try. It's simple, that we have to get this thing into our core brains, that hey, life is right there for us. You're being fed and breathed into something. The sad thing is, those who feed you and give you all those, and sometimes everybody has become a victim of this. Your own parents, at some point, they were feeding you with milk, but it doesn't click their conscience that they shouldn't be taken by the storm of fasting and all those things in order to destroy what they already began. Somehow they do all that. And eventually, somehow in your life, they tend to accept the other thing, which the other ideas, which will tell them that the child needs to relinquish certain things, stop certain things, and be this kind of person and all that, And in doing that, you're trying to put the child in a situation where the child will sort of now adapt to whatever God that you also are. So you've been being persuaded to sort of fall under. Now the Spirit, use your own parents. Feed them, let them grow, let them help build their senses. And then later on, it comes in and says, no, now it's time for them to be this. We really have issues of life. I think if you're able to understand what I'm saying here, or you relate it in so many ways, I'll be glad to sort of, I'll be glad to see that your viewpoint might easily change. But it then comes back to you again. Have your own thoughts about these things too. It doesn't matter what you have accepted, what you believe, what you think was right, what maybe life is going on well for you. So that's it. That's how sometimes it works. Others are being attracted to other people because they have got the understanding that life is going on well for them. So if they become part of that, mostly that's what the colonies have ended up, achieving that through those they colonize. The colonial powers, I think, because they're able to attract the other colonies to let them understand that, hey, we got something nice going on. So, to attract them into their world. And still, when you go in there's a different whole new picture. There's that sense of not wanting you there until you are some sort of person. So eventually you're being turned or being transformed into something that you are not. Obviously, that's the thing. Because why would you be that? You are something else. You've put yourself in a situation where you have to, and others are willing, because you can't go back to the state of which has been crushed. Your other God, or whatever God you believe in, true of what you know, because of what you know now, you can see it differently. You can see it differently. If you go back to your country, if you go to a different country, which that country has moved on or have got so many attractive things, when you go to your own place, you tend to realize life to be different, life to be very struggling, and there's nothing there now appeals to you, even though that is where you belong. But we tend to forget that there's always something we call undermining. These goals that we see, or these spirits, or these situations that we find ourselves in, are working tirelessly in so many angles, in a competitive way, to get onto the top. We have to really, look into life and expect something good. We don't have to look at it and be wondering what to do next. We look at life and know that we're expecting something good. Things that distract us, makes his life difficult, makes it hard to conclude or come to the point of knowing what we need to know. Always something stands in the way. Whatever it is, I don't know. There is something out there that gradually over the years is taking our lives and eventually to sort of take over. Why, I don't know. But that shouldn't be the case. This is what we call evil. Taking the life of the other, taking control. Even among the human life, that's how it happened. Why should it be so that gradually you have so much interest to take over somebody's life? Is your life not enough? Oh, because he does something different from me. Of course, why should he do yours? He has to do something different from you. As long as what he does is not there to stand in your way. But completely, sometimes you know that it is not there to stand in your way. But you have taken yourself that right authority to interrupt that person only because you think you can do that. Whatever that person does, he does not do it on your table. He does not do it in your confine. So why do you get worried about that? Because you feel that it might have some effect on you, especially if it's a neighbor. But it depends on how the extent of which we can go. Some of the things that are being done sometimes affects the neighbor. But I'm talking about something that you are dwelling or tackling or sort of using as a reason which is baseless, because at the end of the day, it will have no impact or effect on you whatsoever. It's like the food that I'm putting in my mouth. You are so angry as if you are the one putting the food in your mouth. That's how some of the reasons are really related to. And we have to really consider things in a more critical way, because I have become critical. Anything sinister, I try to make it, unveil certain things of that nature, or things that I suspect can be of that nature. And all because of what my experience has told me. And we know that we are dealing with spirits. The form of it does not come in any other form, but in a physical form. Then when it happens, it is so much it had all the time they want, because the spirits don't die. I don't think they die like we die. So they have all the time in the world. They have your whole life to change you and transform you. If it means that they have to give you whatever it is that entices you to sort of get you to become whatever, they do so. But as I said, in the Bible it is written that there's something we call Armageddon. These are some of the basis of which others will look into this. But yeah, there is some amount of